Welcome to the Rad Conversations podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Rad Conversations. This week we have a fascinating conversation when we dive into my Akashic Records. We talk about what caused Atlantis to fall. We talk about how humans were much more like Bigfoots before we were genetically modified. We talk about what my pre-birth contract was and how my soul has been down on this planet for over 5,000 years, and how I've had incarnations as a tree nymph and even as a river. But to have this great conversation, we need to have Joline back with us again. She's a death doula, a psychic medium, and intuitive healer, and her website is soulexpansionguidance.com. And folks, remember, if you enjoy this show, please like, subscribe, and share. All right, Joline, let's dive into it. What is my soul's purpose during this lifetime?
Your soul's purpose in this lifetime is to be like an amplifier of truth, right? So I definitely think your podcast is going to grow. I see you more like, if you're familiar with Coast to Coast, having that type of radio show.
That would be wonderful. Do you see a time frame on that?
I automatically heard when you said that 7 years. Something about the seven. Maybe it won't be that long. The full completion of it.
Maybe 7 months. 7
You're like
minutes.
in a month.
Yeah, 7 days. You know, that was something.
Yeah.
That's great. So do you feel like my wife has been a partner in other lifetimes too?
Yes, I saw her in, I think that she's also your partner in that blacksmith lifetime. I don't think you had a partner when you were the advisor. I don't think you had a partner that lifetime. I think you were just focused on being the advisor. But yes, I do see her. I see her with you in Egypt as well. Yeah.
I have a friend named Lupe. Our relationship's been off and on for a couple of years now. I was just wondering if you had seen any past lives with him. Because I feel like he just keeps coming back into my life in a good way.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that soul connection for sure. Like you've been buds for a long time, buddies. I even see at one point you were probably siblings. Well, one time he was your father, I believe, at one time. He has a shaman. He has a shamanistic lineage, it feels like, or something shamanistic about him.
He's had a lot of miracles around him. He's had a pretty amazing life.
That's cool. Yeah, and he's here to trigger your memories of what and to help push you into mission. And I do think he is an important part of your life, and he comes in when he's supposed to. And you guys have made these plans, these divine appointments.
Can you see what my guardian angel's name is?
No. So here's the thing, and I know this is true. And they're saying it to me too. They're like, they don't care about names. Names are not important. It's for you. It's for you to have something to grasp onto. I see the energy and I see the aura. It feels like a peachy golden aura around it.
Around me or my angel?
Your angel. You have more of a bluish aura. Your angel is more peachish. However, you're also highly connected to Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael works with you a lot. Now, so I do get those. That personal angel is, I kind of am hearing something that sounds like Gliadriel or something. I don't know. It's very hard for me to decipher and repeat because it's not of this world. So it's like a weird language. And if I start doing that, I may, well, I don't know.
Right.
May start doing light language or something. I'm highly connected to the angels. Now I'm getting this Aurora Borealis thing.
What is that?
Aurora Borealis?
Yeah, I know what we claim it is, but is that what it actually is, or is it actually something else that we're just not aware of?
Oh, it's a high energy, a high vibrational energy that helps us. I definitely think that it has codes, just like our sun has codes, just like our moon has codes for us to evolve, heal, understand ancient knowledge. There is life in everything. Everything is alive, is what I know this. Our rocks are alive. The aurora borealis is alive. It's conscious, just like our sun is conscious, just like our moon is conscious, just like our stars are conscious.
I believe it all.
And they're the ethers, and they want to be remembered. Yeah.
Can you see what my pre-birth contract was coming down here?
It was exactly what I told you. That mission, your pre-birth contract, was to be that home base, to share truth. In it, you're healing. In it, you're healing that part of you that was upset about being duped during those Orion Wars.
And is that some of
It's also connected to Atlantis because there's something that happened in Atlantis as well. And you want to see the fruition of the evolving instead of the destruction.
how long do you think, I know time, I'm with you on time, but just throw out a number here, but how many thousands or millions of years have I been on this planet?
5 million.
5,000,
Million.
5 million years?
Yeah. It's been a long time that you have been here. Why am I getting million? That feels so long, but I think it is. That's million.
Have I had any past lives as a non-living, well, we just said everything's living, but like a non-human form, like a tree or a blade of grass or something?
I kind of do see you as like this like tree nymph kind of thing. Yeah. Yes. And also, I know this is weird, but you had an incarnation as a river. That's weird to some people. But yeah, there's this water aspect to you.
Nice.
Mhm.
Is there any spiritual gifts or abilities that I'm meant to awaken during this lifetime?
You need to realize that you're an alchemist. So really embrace that alchemy. And your healing is to speak truth and to share it. But it's also that there's this side to you that can be very creative. I don't know if you're embracing that, but embrace that creativity.
Am I carrying any limiting beliefs from a previous life that I could clear out on this lifetime?
It feels connected to money. There's something passed on from your father. I don't know that it's fully coming through, but there's something passed on from your father that you need to work on healing.
Speaking about money, how can I get more abundance in life?
It's by doing this, by doing what your purpose is. Um, I'm seeing this give and take, sharing with others, and they share with you, and you together promote each other. It's not traditional. It's not going to happen in the traditional sense of I'm working harder is going to get me more abundance. It's not about working harder. It's about working energetically, in an energetically aligned way, trusting your purpose and knowing that in its time it will bring in abundance. But it's also about flowing with that and choosing what is aligning with you instead of taking these other things that are just greedy, if that makes sense. You're not meant for the corporate world.
I've always felt that. I'm like, I'm not at a typical job, a 9 to 5 job, working behind a desk or looking at the same four walls every day. I've always taken jobs to where I work a couple months and then have a couple months off. It's more about lifestyle than having things. It's about,
Yes.
free time. I'm trying to convince my wife of that too. So, well,
It's really hard because you're bringing in this new way of doing things in a way. Yeah. But that is what you're meant to do, and that's how you find your abundance.
can you see it in some of my reincarnations? Have I been more male or more female? Have I been more Asian, more, can you see if I've been more of one type?
I'm seeing in the sea creature one, it was almost like you were both, but I do feel that you have incarnated more as a male than as a female. Although I do think there may have been a few incarnations as a female, but I do see more male lifetimes.
Can you see what lifetime was I at the top of the mountain and what lifetime I was at the lowest peak? If that makes sense.
I mean, I think it was in Atlantis. You were a leader, and you were like you were a magician, a healer. You were high up, but it was also your low. It was your highest and lowest point because you were part of the fall of Atlantis, and so there's this sorrow attached to that high point, if that makes sense.
Can you see what took out Atlantis?
There
Like,
was some. We were creating more technology, and it was a technical, it was something, they're kind of comparing it to the nuclear, coming up with the idea of the atom bomb, which we didn't understand when we first were figuring out that the whole science behind that. We didn't understand it would create the bomb. It was something, and I'm feeling like it was sonar, if that makes sense. I'm seeing this sonar energy. I'm seeing something underneath in the water. That's as far as I can go.
yeah, I've heard through some people that possibly we were doing too many experiments back then and mixing too many breeds, like half human, half horse, or half whatever. And they just kind of reset everything. Said, okay, you guys have gotten way off the path and
Mm.
need to wipe the slate clean and start back over again.
I think that was even further back from what I'm seeing. It feels further back. I see that.
Can you tell how many times society's been restarted on this planet so far?
Many. I just keep seeing these numbers going.
So it's happened quite a bit.
Right, this planet is old, and
Yeah.
we are.
One story I've heard that resonates with me, and I'd like to see what your take on it is. Bob Lazar, who was the original Area 51 whistleblower, he said he saw a government top secret book about religion, and
Mhm.
he said that in the book that we're just containers for souls down here,
Yes.
and that's how aliens view us, is that we're just here just kind of keeping the souls going. It's a farm for souls. Does that kind of make sense to you?
I mean, well, that's one way to look at it. I mean, we are souls living in meat suits, really. And so, from the perspective of there are many beings that don't have bodies, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, from that perspective, it may be seen that way. I don't think it's a farm. Well, there is a side that can be dark and a dark agenda, however. And I do think we're freeing from that. I don't think that was originally the intent of this planet. And there has been a lot of interference. And there has been a lot of experiment. The humans we are today is not what we were originally intended. And
Could you describe how we were supposed to be?
it feels more like we had this almost like a Bigfoot look to us.
I've heard that too, that Bigfoot's the actual original inhabitor of this world, and if we hadn't been messed with genetically, we'd all be Bigfoots.
That feels accurate. And in some ways, that's why so I was getting a download yesterday that we haven't learned what the animals on the planet have learned already, that there's this symbiotic relationship between all things on Earth. There is no lack, there is no abundance, there is no power, there is no hierarchy. And we've forgotten that. And because we've allowed this other energy I don't know that we've allowed it or if it's been forced upon us, but this other energy isn't what this nature here on Earth is meant to be. And as soon as humans get on board with that, that's when we enter this place of true peace.
I've heard a number of times that we're meant to be kept in constant fear because something is feeding off the negative energy off of us. Does that resonate at all with you?
Yes, there are different grids going on right now. As we raise up in our dimensions and our vibrations, when we come into this place of unconditional love, we are not affected by that. However, when we stay in this dark, kind of fearful place, that's where we stay in that space and we can't move forward.
So there are entities benefiting off of us being scared.
Entities, I don't know if we'd call them entities because they're very alive.
Are they on this planet now?
Yeah. There's not as many as you think, though. There's more of us than them. They don't want us to realize that.
Okay, there's a lot of them, but is there a way to tell when you're interacting with someone that maybe they're not exactly human?
We have got to get back to feeling our bodies, to touch it, to understanding our bodies are speaking to us, right?
It's weird you say that because in the past week, I've had these rushes of not emotion, but something coming over my body when I've thought something, and not goosebumps, but something close to like goosebumps. And when I think of something or I have a feeling and it comes over me, I'm like, I have not had those up until recently. But now I'm like, I'm just going to start listening to these waves of messages, I guess. I don't know how else to phrase.
They are messages, and they are, sometimes I walk into a room and I feel something off, you know. Yeah, when you're around somebody that's not right for you or has ill intention. Just we need to be more aware, and so a lot of that is just us coming into awareness.
Can you see, is there any person in my orbit that I need to stay away from? Initials would be great, or names. I could always cut out the name.
There's a female.
If I said the name, would it resonate with you?
Go ahead.
I'll just say it and I can cut it out.
This person is very low vibrational. There's not the person I was originally attaching to, but they are not good for your environment.
Oh, do you have, could you give me a heads up on the other person?
This other person feels like they do magic or they practice some sort of shamanism, or not shamanism. Could be black magic or witchcraft.
I don't know who that would be.
So they have they seem Hispanic and they have dyed their hair to be a little more golden. Maybe they're not there yet, and you can know this for later.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that, is there anybody I should be spending a lot of time with? Like, hey, this guy or this girl, really?
I really think you need to protect your bubble. I definitely feel your wife is very good for you, and she's very good at discerning. You bounce your ideas off of her, and she kind of helps you ground. Yeah, she has a gift of discernment, I feel. There's someone that's a brother type figure that's around you, and he's really high vibrational.
Is his name Tony?
Yeah, that felt right. He's good for you. He's good to be in your circle. You keep him around. I really feel you need to become your inner compass and trust it. So you really need to trust your inner compass and trust those things that are in your body telling you yes or no. You even felt it in our session today with us, all that upper part of your body, right? So it's something that you are able and capable of doing. You just need to trust yourself.
And what's the best way to quote unquote work that muscle? Because I mean, if you trust everything, some things might be off, and you just don't know what.
When we went into this place, this space that we created, this container, do that daily. Do that daily. Start your day off like that. And that will help you.
Yeah, I was meditating really regularly for 6, 7 months every day for like an hour, and I got to the point that a couple times a week I felt like I was vibrating love out of my chest. Uh,
Mm.
does that resonate at all?
Mm-hmm. Because the more you connect, oof, I'm getting goosebumps right now. The more we connect with our spirit team and with source, ooh, we embrace that love, and it just pours out of us. It oozes out of us, and it really kind of clears out. I'm getting this vision right now of like a pitcher being poured into a glass that has dirt in it. It's like we pour that water in and the dirt comes up and it starts leaving our field, right? Because there's like little stuff we pick up along the way as we're just in our daily lives. We can attract other people's stuff and it can attach to us like Velcro, and the more we pour in, we got to think about what we're pouring into ourselves, right? Yeah.
And
Really, you are your most, like, all these other things on the outside don't matter as much as what you're doing within yourself, because then you create your own protection. Because the truth is, we are going to come across people that are not aligned with us, but maybe we're there for that moment to help them on their path. Again, I'm getting that whole thing. You are that home base. So you're going to get people that are not aligned with you coming to you, but you're the home base because you're the one, people touching base and then leaving, and then they're kind of um, going on their path. And there's something you say that kind of like helps them to awaken a little more or to go on a different path. Yeah. So then you've got to really protect yourself. Okay. I'm hearing my guys saying I need to kind of come back. I need to come back. Okay. All right. I think that was.
Thanks for watching the show today, folks. And if you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and share. And like always, stay rad.